is a waterfall of windmills and rockets and empty baskets. In my heart is a waterfall, bleeding pine trees and lit up windows and poison arrows. In my heart is a waterfall of silver linings and dirty laundry and bedtime hate. In my
Hello, how are ya? How are ya? It's been a long day. So, yeah, let's see. What did YouTube do to you, Brecky? Probably something really unfucking necessary. Hoping that I have better luck in this stream. Hi, lovelies. As soon as I go live, she'll post the link to the Twitch stream because YouTube is a fucking brat. Hi. Hello. And I, you know, as always, I love the way these comments are definitely in exactly the order they were posted. Leaves fencing gear for tech gremlins to amuse themselves with, along with a picnic basket. Yes. See, howdy Hafoon. Thanks, Jess. I've never used Twitch, but since YouTube's being a punk, I might sign up. I mean, Twitch does in general just play a lot nicer. It's really easy to do if you need it, especially since YouTube was already being extra in Jenna's chat for no reason. Yeah. I'm 7 chapters away from finishing Act 2, and I want to see how far I can push it tonight. Yes! YouTube is being rude for no reason. It was holding a comment for me or Jenna to approve that didn't need to be held. Damn, YouTube. Hello! Happy Friday! And here is the link to Twitch. So, in case anybody is having issues with YouTube because it has not been acting right lately, I am also streaming to Twitch, and you can see this exact same stream over there. Comment and like all your comments will go through. So if you think I'm ignoring you, I promise I'm not. Sometimes YouTube doesn't even hold the comments, it just disappears them, it eats them. And I think I know why. Apparently YouTube, or Google, which is YouTube, has been quietly firing a lot of their data people, and so they've probably got a bunch of AI running this stuff. Isn't that special? Nice delay on the echo for the intro. Put it into a choral round if with Twitch and YouTube. I love that. It is. Today is, in fact, Friday. Hello. Hi, guys. Hi, all. Currently blurbing. Might nap soon. Naps are good. I'm already banned. What? From Twitch? Oh my god, Jazz, how are you? Mind you, Rhiannon ad-libbed that. I didn't use the F-bomb. No, that was me. Jenna, by the way, I've been craving chocolate-covered pretzels all evening. You're welcome. Hello. I still need to eat dinner. Oops, but hoping to get some writing done. Okay, so I'm not the only one confused. Wednesday it was eating my comments, and I'm a mod, which is so rude. Sir, you are under my desk. My feet have to be there. Um, yes, eaten by their own machines. I am fairly good. In fact, tonight I will be doing reading because classes wait for nobody. And actually, I don't think you've been here since before I started classes again. So I'm working on a PhD now. And everybody else is welcome to share their updates. No, it's his desk. It can be his desk, but I still have to have foot space. Again, I don't. If you, let's see. Oh, thanks. Thank you. I'm reading this sprint, but then new words later. Yes, love that. Love that. So yeah. Which reminds me, I'm gonna need, yes, PhD is the thing. Religion, or psychology, religion, and consciousness. Because we like all the weird shit. And apparently I like making myself crazy because, like, all the fathers of psychology are absolutely horrible people. And the mothers of psychology are mostly erased. Yes. Yeah, I started classes in the fall, and the fall of last year, and I'm in my third semester of the first year. But yeah, working on the PhD. And you know, just cramming my brain chock full of brand new connections. So yeah. But yes, all the weird. And Jung, or not Jung, but it will be. Jung's, not Jung, Freud's fascination with his penis and his mom. Like, that guy needed a lot of therapy, and probably shouldn't have been the one creating all this stuff, because so much of what he spouted was just such trash. Yes, Oedipus reincarnated. I mean, he was, and you know, Jung, for all his issues, was not fascinated by penis. So I guess at least there's that. And you know, personally, speaking as a pan person, I still can't see the fucking fascination with it. Like, you know, and as a person who's even actually married to a man, like, I just can't see. Oh, you just got into graduate school. Congratulations. Yes. I love that. What are you going for? Absolutely spot on. Yes, she is. And it is just insane that for the most part, we're still following just these two branches. And like, you know, that is what everybody starts with. Because, like, a couple of decades ago, maybe more, I was taking I took a plain psychology, not depth psychology, just regular old, psychology. And that, like, they were, the woman teacher was just fascinated with Freud, thought he was the best thing since sliced bread. I was so mad at her by the end of the class. And yes, I love Jung's archetypes, but I'm also like, at the same time, he thought that if we interacted with them, then, essentially he thought that there was no way for us to actually interact with the archetypes. And like, every time I hear about this stuff, about how, Jung thought, you can't interact with the archetypes without fundamentally changing them. And, which, by the way, I was laughing at Jenna's comment there. But just, he really thought that by even paying attention to the archetypes, we were screwing up, essentially. And like, what keeps going through my head is that these men spent way too much time in Christian spaces where everything is the devil, and not enough time in pagan spaces. Because like, I know of like 5 or 10 classes just off the top of my head that are teaching deep diving with the archetypes. I have, I think right up here, a tarot deck based on Jung's archetypes. Like, these things were, there's no way that they weren't meant to be interacted with, and to, and if you read Women Who Run with Wolves, and I harp on her a lot, I know, but Women Who Run with Wolves, she is, Clarissa Pinkola Estes is magnificent. She's a Jungian analyst, and her take on the archetypes is amazing. And she uses the stories and the mythos that of things that we've heard of. Like, most of us have heard about the story of Bluebeard, and how he was killing all his wives and locking them in this room, and he gets a new wife, and he's got to go off on business, and he tells her, you can do anything you want, you and your sisters, but stay out of this room. Even though he gives her the fucking key, and like, I don't know about y'all, but somebody says stay out of this one room, but here's the key, I'm waiting till they clear the door. And then I need to go see why I need to stay out of there. What the fuck are you hiding, sir? As it turns out, he's hiding all his ex-wives, or his dead wives' bodies. And the whole thing is just a pattern for the ways that we self-sabotage ourselves. And Bluebeard is the shadow self that is sabotaging us. So yeah, or Vasilisa. She's that particular story is Slavic, but I think a lot of people have heard about her, and how she goes to see Baba Yaga for the fire, and there are various versions of Vasilisa's story. But yeah, she's got such a great grip on it, and it makes it so understandable and so interactable. Let's see, Masters of Library and Info Science. I want to be an archivist and an author on the side. Oh, I love that. Yes. Love that, Jazzy. Sounds like a dream. It absolutely does. And yes, yes. And I absolutely did notice he was getting louder when I was talking about Freud and Jung. What is in that West Wing? Nothing she needed to know. Yeah, but it was something she needed to know because it was all the ways that her shadow self, Bluebeard, had been sabotaging her, had been deceiving her and keeping her back. And that's a large part of how the archetypes help. For Vasilisa, it's oh my God, I'm in an MLIS program too. I'm a youth services librarian trainee right now. I love that. You guys are amazing. So yeah, with Vasilisa, she she had the too sweet mother who had to die because she was going to shelter her and take too much care of her all her life. So the too sweet mother dies, but she gives her the gift of the doll, and the doll is her intuition. And she tells her to always listen to the doll. And like, how good is that advice, to always listen to your intuition? Your intuition doesn't steer you wrong. Men and other people will very, very often steer you wrong. Um, but your intuition, as long as you've been listening to it and you keep listening to it, it gets sharp and it knows what it's doing, and it's super duper helpful and will always lead you in the right direction. But now we are 16 minutes after the hour, and I still haven't put us into our first sprint of the night. Charlie, that is amazing, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and drop us into our first sprint of the night, all the magic, and I'll see you guys on the other side. how did you do? How did you do? Sorry, I am just highlighting a a, a, a sentence. It's how can we make any progress in the understanding of cultures, ancient or modern, if we persist in dividing what people join and in joining what they keep apart? And I mean, that kind of sums up how Western science works. So, yeah. How did you do? What did you do? Oh my. I think I had my foot trapped under my other leg for a bit too long. Let's see. And I have to go pick up one of the teens. Be back in the next sprint. No worries. Hi. I watched chats. Yes. Forgot to check how many words I started with. Added around 300. You know what? That sounds exactly like what you added. And, you know, we're not too worried about being super exact or anything like that. One word is awesome. Any more than that, fucking amazing. So, you're doing great. Chai is amazing in its own way, and I love it. Exactly. Exact numbers aren't important. So, yeah. Did I tell you guys I signed up for an Art Witch class? Because I definitely did. And the first one is Tuesday, and I can't wait. I am so looking forward to it. Got maybe 100 words that sprint. Oof. But I just took some typing tests, which I found lately can trick me into thinking that I'm writing, and then I actually start writing. I love that. Let's see. Did I save that? I don't think I did. There was a typing website that I was going to for a while. And I don't remember what the website was. So, completely useless there. Finalized packing for an event tomorrow. Ah, I love it. Yes. So yeah. My reading is coming along. I'm a few pages in, and got a lot of pages to go. Admittedly, though, I tried to read and have struggle meals on, and that doesn't work so great because I end up watching struggle meals. You know, and it doesn't even matter that particular one was all about cooking meat, red meat. It was still fascinating and engrossing, and I was still fully watching. So I switched it over to some ASMR stuff, and yeah, hopefully, well, so far it seems to be working a lot better. I can read while listening to that, and oh, sir, you're gonna have to move that big chunky head of yours. I gotta open the drawer.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No, I said sir, not Siri. Oh, probably going to turn on some ASMR stuff this sprint. Yes, absolutely. There is so much good ASMR stuff. I just remembered to take my Adderall. That explains a lot. I feel that. Laugh my ass off. Mind your business, ma'am. Right? Right? I mean, y'all heard I was definitely talking, I was addressing the dog. 100% addressing the dog. And I am going to start the next sprint in just a minute. I just wanted to go ahead and get all of his little pill pockets out. We're not sponsored, but we wouldn't mind it because we use these things a lot. A lot. I go through 10 pill pockets a day. So yeah, we go through a lot of bags of pill pockets. All right, here we go. All the magic, and I'll see you on the other side. How did you do? How did you do? I got some more reading done. Let's see, Brecky just got back from picking up the teen and asks, how are things? Y'all getting all the words? So yeah, I'm reading all the words. Ooh, 418, that sprint. Thank you, Adderall and typing tests. Yes, love that. Got a lot of writing done. Getting so close to being done with this story. Excuse me. I love that. Congratulations. Did some chatting and watched chats. I love it. Yes. All the good chats. Oh. You know what else I think I'm gonna love? Ibuprofen. My back is a little bit hurty today for no good reason. It's just hurty because it wanna be. So yeah, I think me and ibuprofen are gonna have a chat ourselves. Meanwhile, Sir Damon is just snoozing happily down here. Made it, working on an alpha read for a friend. Love it. Hi. 944 words. Yes. Might switch to working on my bookbinding project after the next sprint. I finally get to put the book cloth on the cover I made. Oh my gosh. I love that. That's so cool. Let's see. Hafroon is back. She tried to sleep, but she is back. I fully understand. Yeah. I've actually been having some trouble sleeping the past few nights. And so, seeing as I saw my doctor yesterday, she is switching me to a bioidentical version of the progesterone. And she said that I should definitely not take it till, close to bedtime, because it is a lot more likely to push me into sleep. And I am here for that. So, yeah. It should be good things. I'm looking forward to just doing better at the sleep thing. I just have not always been the greatest at it. And I would very much like to be really good at sleeping. Dealt with life and morons. That's this week's theme. I don't know, man. I feel like you need a better theme. This semester I am in psychedelics and Jung. Hang on, I'll get you the actual class names. They sound so much classier than the way I said it. Let's see. Psychedelic spirituality, transpersonal psychology, and non-ordinary states of consciousness. And Jungian Psychology 1, structure and dynamics of the psyche. See, they sound so much classier than me saying psychedelics and Jung. But yeah, that's what I'm studying this semester. Oof, sorry, Jenna. Yeah, right. And currently I am reading The New Science of the Enchanted Universe by Marshall Salins. It's actually a fairly decent book. I'm not mad at it. I'm not cussing it, so that's always nice. It's not my favorite one of these books. The Cosmic Serpent is actually my favorite book for this class. I like the way that the guy the guy writing the Cosmic Serpent, he spends a lot of time really trying hard to remember that he has Western bias, and that our Western society, and Western society includes European in this particular case, but the Western society has really created this whole prejudice that is woven into society in regards to other ways of being. And it doesn't matter if you're talking about, a woman who chooses not to follow the norm, or, the socially expected pathway laid out for her, or indigenous people's ways of living. So many people look down on the Inuit for, and that I may be screwing up their name. If I am, I'm so sorry. But indigenous Alaskans, they look down on them for the ways that they live. But Gore-Tex, the really keep you warm shit, that stuff was based on indigenous Alaskan designs. They created waterproof, weatherproof, outer clothing to keep themselves dry and warm in Arctic weathers. And while fishing, where you're bound to get water on you, there's no way, especially if you're fishing for whale. So I have read Braiding Sweetgrass, but yeah, and she is an excellent author too. So yeah, the way that he spends so much time taking notice of his westernized bias and intentionally setting it to the side so that he can accept these indigenous ways as real and valid as our as westernized scientific ways of seeing, which interestingly enough, the physics scientists are finding more and more often that the indigenous people were always correct. See, I love Carl Sagan's quote, "The universe is elegant and wants to be noticed." Yeah. And again, I have read Braiding Sweetgrass. It's an excellent book. The question she asks in the first chapter, why do yellow and purple flowers seem to bloom together? I mean, there could be any number of reasons, but I love it. Yeah. Western science can't answer it because it's not willing to accept a non-scientific answer. No worries about the typing. And science is not the be-all, end-all. And don't get me wrong, I love science. And I think it is a very, very important thing. However, it's not everything. And it's not always right. And implicit bias, we all have it. I personally have an implicit bias against white men. I see a white man and I think he's probably violent. Even if not to me out in public, likely to somebody else in private. And it's not always physical violence. There's mental violence, emotional violence. Like, there are so many ways. And one of my favorite questions to illustrate this, have you ever had someone wash dishes at you angrily? And if you've never had that, that is a whole level of abuse that you've never experienced, and thank fuck for that. But it is a whole level of abuse. And more often than not, a lot of our sciences wanted to pretend that it didn't exist. There are so many levels of abuse. Marital, grape, and just take the G off that word, and you know what I'm saying. Only became illegal in all 50 states in 1993. 1993, the same year I had my first daughter. Up until then, it was legal in many states. And even after that, even now, it is still incredibly difficult to prosecute because they don't want to believe women. Because in Western society, we are second-class citizens. I remember being a child and asking my dad how, and he said, men are morons. And science is actually finding out that men, that their brains are literally less capable than women's. That is the biological difference between men and women. Women's brains are much, much more capable of handling stress, of handling, dire circumstances, of handling extreme pain, which we've had no choice in that matter. Because they're still trying to force things like IUDs on us without any pain medication. They're still trying to convince us that there are no nerve endings in the cervix. And anybody that's had a period knows that there's plenty of fucking nerve endings in there. If you've had any type of gynecological exam, there's nerve endings all up in there. So, yeah. And I have gotten way off topic. I don't even remember what the topic was originally, but it's fine. We're going into sprint number 3. Really late, but such is life. Yes, the rambles. So many rambles. I'm glad you do, because I know, and in fact, that I cannot stop. Yes, exactly. I was just reading on, damn it, I'm going again, but I'm going to tell this story anyways. I was reading on Threads today about a woman who, she went in, she was getting a different procedure done, and she got an x-ray, because they were checking to make sure everything was good before they did the procedure. And the doctor came back and said, do you have an IUD? And she was like, yeah, but does that matter? And he said, well, I'm pretty certain it doesn't belong in your right hip. And she says, what? And she goes to the doctor, and she ends up having to have it surgically removed. It was hanging out in the area where the fallopian tube and the ovaries don't exactly meet, because I know they show it in the books as, well, it's all connected. It's fucking not. The ovaries and the fallopian tube are, they're close, but they're sisters. They're not conjoined twins. And so it was just hanging out there, doing absolutely none of what it was supposed to do. And the thing is, when she had gotten it, it had been a lot more painful. But she gaslit herself because she was so used to, medical people telling you, oh, it just take some ibuprofen, it'll be fine. It doesn't hurt that much. So she gaslit herself into thinking, it was fine. It just maybe it hurts more every successive time you get a new one inserted. And as it turns out, it had migrated to hang out with her ovary. So believe yourself. When it fucking hurts, believe yourself and don't allow anybody else to disbelieve you. And if you need to, take a good girlfriend or a good male friend. And quite honestly, and this is no shade to the women, but quite honestly, if you can get a man to properly advocate for you, it'll go so much faster and so much easier. I hate that, but that is the case. If a man will come in and speak on your behalf to medical professionals, even most women medical professionals, it will just work so much better and so much faster. Is that fair or right? No, but it is our society. All right, here is that third sprint. All the magic, and I'll see you on the other side. did you do? How did you do? I got some more reading done, and I looked up some random thoughts. Let's see. I read that one. I've always found I had to fight harder with a female medical person than with a male. It's so weird. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to bed. I'll have to finish writing this tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone. Let's see. On the medical trend, my current doctor is a black woman, and she's amazing. She's been investigating all these health issues I have in ways that no one else has, because why would anyone believe me? You know, I've heard that numerous times, that having a black woman as a doctor is going to get you the best care, bar none. And there are very few exceptions to that, and the exceptions are, in my mind, understandable. But yeah, for the most part, what I have heard is that if you get a black woman doctor, in general, you're going to get better and more comprehensive care than you would with anyone else. You know, and especially considering as there was a video very recently of a doctor who got mad and decided to punch his patient in the stomach. So, yeah. 548 words and over 3K for the day. Yes! Love that. I saw an ad on Facebook about paint by numbers. Maybe I can do that. I don't know if you have like an iPad or something, but there's coloring book apps. And I'm going to tell you, those are super relaxing. 557, woohoo, yes! Me trying to figure out why my mouse wouldn't move or work when I clicked it. I was holding on to my earbuds case, trying to use that, thinking it was the mouse. I mean, that is a very good reason for the mouse to not work. Got about 2:50 that time. My roommate got home and we chatted for a bit. Yes, love it. I fully understand that. So we have one sprint left. Also, I don't know if y'all have seen my shirt, but it says "Women of a Certain Rage," and I really, really love this shirt. It's another one from the S&K collective. I did cut the neck out of this one because I just felt like it today. I do not have any qualms about rearranging my clothing to make it more functional for me. Yes. I looked down. Well, that's not going to work because that's not the mouse. You are absolutely correct. Love it. Got to the end of a chapter and closed all the windows before it rains. Oh no. That's when all the cool air comes in. Unless, of course, you have driving rain, in which case that's when the rain comes in too. So maybe a good idea to close your windows. I am still patiently awaiting rain. Ooh, I don't think I mentioned it. I don't think. We are coming up on the summer solstice. It is on June 21st, and not only is it a spiritual significance type thing, it is also the longest day of the year and the day in which it starts to reverse, in which the days begin to get shorter. It's usually just by a few minutes a day, 1-2 minutes a day at first, and then a few more minutes, and then finally it's a couple hours earlier, and we're heading into my favorite time of year, fall and winter. But the denizens of summer, rain is coming to an end for the year, and I am super happy about it because gosh, it was so grossly hot here today, and I want cool air all day long. None of that cold in the morning, more hot in the afternoon bullshit. I want really nice and cool. I get to live in my sweaters again. Weather. I want leaves falling and different flowers blooming, and I want to see spooky shit everywhere. Um, I want all my spooky shit. Let's see. Okay, I read that one. We need you to send the rain our way. Yeah, we definitely do. It is so dry. Spooky season. Yes. 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 Blow. No, I'm not gonna. There's an old joke about that. I'm not gonna say it. It's rude. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, we'll still be hot here. Oh yes, we'll still be hot here in July and August, but the days will be getting a little bit shorter. And every once in a while a cool breeze will come through with the rain, and it'll just be a precursor of the best which is yet to come. I look forward to September. Yes. You were describing Iceland. Just come here. I absolutely would. But moving across an ocean with 3 dogs is a lot. Not to mention, quite honestly, I'm a little concerned that if I go to an airport, even with a full legal passport as a citizen, I am concerned as to whether or not I would make it through. Like, our country is dangerous right now for anybody that is not white. And I am not that white. I know it shows me that way here, but I have enough melanin in my skin that I have a vitamin D fucking deficiency. I can't stand winter, but I blame that on growing up in the San Francisco Bay Area, where the weather is temperate year-round. Yeah, I am in the southeast, where we spend the summer boiling in the depths of hell. We are in purgatory over here every summer. Every summer, it's terrible. It's never warm here. Oh. See, I could live with that. Yep, same. But I'll take the rain. I will take the rain. Yes. It will be hot through mid-September. Yeah, it absolutely will. And we'll suffer through, and I will every day be counting the minutes less that it is of sunlight, because that's what I do. From I my watch, it tells me how that today's day length was 14 hours and 30 minutes. It's fucking ridiculous to have that much daylight in a day. I don't like it. I know you are. And it is trash. And also to all the platforms that wash out every bit of color from people, fuck you. It's trash. I don't like it. So, all right. I guess I'm through trash talking summer for the moment. It is not my favorite, and I would absolutely move to Iceland if I could, especially considering the state of the U.S. All right, here we go. Final sprint of the evening, all the magic, and I'll see you on the other side. How did you do? How did you do? Um, Before I forget, there are at least 2 idiots trying to trademark a couple of different terms that are, pretty important to the romance community. One of the terms is hot girl reads. And I don't know if you guys have heard it before, but it's been all over the place for a very long time. And some twit is trying to trademark it and say that it's hers and she created it. Blatant lies. Exactly. And the other one is book boyfriend. Somebody is attempting to trade. Yes, exactly. That was the other one that I was getting to. Somebody is attempting to trademark book boyfriend. Also widely used throughout the romance community. It is ridiculous, and these kinds of moves are as dumb as the people. What was it? Shire City? Let me look it up real quick. Shire City Herbals. Not, like maybe as long as 10 years ago. Either way, they tried to trademark the term fire cider. Fire cider is an old term. It is a folk remedy that has been around for longer than any of us here have been alive. And these idiots tried to trademark it and stop everybody else that makes their own brand of fire cider. This is supposedly fire cider. I'm not drinking it because it's not labeled. I don't know what the fuck's in it, but it is a fire cider, supposedly. And yeah, the people from Shire City were roundly derided by the entire herbal community. And that is what is happening to these people who are trying to trademark hot girl reads and book boyfriend. Because what the fuck do you mean you're going to try and trademark something that belongs to the entire community? No one person came up with that, and just, it's ridiculous. For the book boyfriend one, if you're a member of the Authors Guild, the book boyfriend newsletter, they ask that you write letters of support to their legal department regarding this issue and mention the book boyfriend in your letter, as well as any other authors or influencers who have used this term specifically in their marketing, books, and especially other non-downloadable materials, as the trademark states. And if you're not a member, they want you to share this letter. I'm going to share the letter. So if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you can find it on my timeline. But yeah, it is not going well for either of those people. And, just, we have so much going on in the world. It would be great if some of these people could just lay off the fuckery for a little bit till the tangerine tyrant and his cabinet meet their final end. Just damn. Don't we have enough to deal with? That's something like 650, that sprint. Excellent. Dude, it's been everywhere since at least the 90s. 603. Yes, so close to finishing this chapter. Book Boyfriend 2. The people are dumb to protest. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. And that's what's happening. There are lawsuits happening. I got 94 words written on my own project. Yes! Excellent! What nonsense. Yes, there's so much. My allergies are being such trash today, and I don't know why, but I hates it. I feel that. Truth, we do. I'm missing a comment. Fantastic. Fuck you, YouTube. Let's see. And I am heading to YouTube to check and see if I can even... Oh, they took 2 more subscribers from me? You bastards. Which, by the way, if you are a subscriber, you should check and make sure that you stay surprised before to protest. But I clicked it. You clicked it. Oh, fuck your top chat nonsense. Nobody wants a top chat. There's an anthology being built with the title Hot Girls Read as of today, I believe. Is that the comment? I see it. It did not come through. Oh, wait. Here it is now. I found it. It came in, I guess, perhaps you wrote it again? Is that what I'm understanding? Or maybe... I don't know. Oh my god, I'm just... I'll write it again and chop it up. Yeah, I think it came in late due to having to be approved. But, so, yes. Does that surprise me it fucked with Linda? Nope. Before to protest. But I clicked it. So did I. Okay. Long as we got it. Yes, YouTube. To fuck. I'm not going to read that one out loud, but I agree. Okay. So, yeah. As I was saying, being as YouTube has snatched away another 2 followers, I highly suggest that you double check on a regular basis that you are still following me. If you are not a member, if you are a member, I don't know, maybe keep an eye on it, because YouTube is really wilding out on me. I had 862 subscribers the other day, and it has been continually just staying at that. No matter how many subscribers they got, they would always remove just enough, and I guess I have offended them tonight, because now I'm down to 859. Or maybe I offended some more people with one of my posts. I did put a post on Facebook tonight during the sprints that was... Why is that there twice? No reason for it to be there twice. Whatever. I don't care. About it was a Dear MAGA post, and if Kyle Rittenhouse was fine, but Alex Preddy deserved to die. It was never about the Second Amendment. And they go on and they talk about different things, but other than the child, the little boy in the bunny hat, they don't mention a single person of color. They didn't mention Keith Porter, Geraldo Lunas Campos, Luis Beltran. I don't know if I can pronounce this. I don't know that I can give it justice, but I'm going to say it as best I can. Yanez Cruz, and there are so many more. Fuad Saeed Abdul Qadir. I really don't think I pronounced that anything like it's supposed to, and I'm so sorry. I do not know how to pronounce it or have anybody here to coach me. And yeah, but like I went on a whole little rant that it is tiresome at this point how Keith Porter is always left off these lists, as are, and then I went and named a bunch of people of color and so many more, and I said this kind of shit is how we got MAGA. We make the brutal invisible because white Americans have been conditioned not to see black and brown people, to never see their pain because it doesn't matter to white people. And if any of this bothers you, I implore you to do a lot of self-reflection and inner work on unpacking the racism that you as a white person were most assuredly raised with, because you are a part of American society and racism is the weft of the fabric of this society. If it makes you feel like you need to say rude things in the comment section, just know I'll be screenshotting it before I block you and make an example of you in another post. So, possibly, all the interwebs got some people from Facebook unfollowing me everywhere. I'm good with that, because if they support stuff that they don't need to be around me, we're just gonna fight. So yeah, and if on the flip side of that, if that makes you want to be my friend, my name is the same on like all the social media, and I fuck about on Threads more than like just about anywhere else, because Threads is so fucking unserious and I love it. And this is not to say that Threads isn't serious about certain things, but if you go on there and ask what the hat and sunglasses light in your car is, and spoiler, it's the tow light, you're gonna get really unserious answers about it, and I love that. But if you go in there and you're like, this happened between me and my husband, or this racist bullshit is happening, people are going to take that very seriously and give you lots of good advice. And I love that about Threads. Like, is it another Facebook product? Yes, hate that. But somehow they haven't fucked it up yet, so it's where I like to play. I am, of course, on Facebook, and I do infrequently make angry posts. So yeah, you're welcome to follow me, friend me. If I know you, I'll follow you back. In general, if I when I see it, because I don't always look at like the number of gross old white men trying to follow me or trying to talk to me. Like, they always told me, when I was younger, they were, when I was like 20 and weighed 130, soaking wet with rocks in my pockets, they told me, oh, you're going to get older and the men aren't going to pay attention to you and you're going to miss this. No, the fuck I don't. It hasn't stopped yet. I'm going to be 50 in October. When the fuck does it stop? Even Damon doesn't like that whole idea. But, all right. I'm going to get off my soapbox and I'm going to get out of here. And as always, thank you all for being here. It really does mean a lot to me. I appreciate you and I love having you here to work with me. It's nice having some little, the little community. So, let's see. Oh yes, community, comments, yes to everything you're saying. Yes, Because it is fucking tiresome, isn't it? Facts. Absolutely. Oh, same. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. All right. So that's it for tonight. Members only sprints tomorrow night, and beyond that, everybody that isn't a member, I'll see you again on Monday. So may you all wake rested, refreshed, and ready to kick the crap out of your day, or somebody else's if it's needed.
In my heart is a waterfall of wind